I had to come downstairs. I gotta work with Khaki for a bit, take the dogs out, so I figured I'd try and help. I was trying to do it earlier today. Ryuji went on a date. I was giving advice, and so I'm here to give advice if you are looking for that kind of advice, relationship advice. How to spot if your significant other's cheating. I can help you out in any of those. I'm an expert. And I do this because I do want to help. But I was up watching Close Encounters, and I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep, so I gotta get up. Because if I fall asleep, I gotta clean up Kaki's area and let the dogs out, so I didn't want to fall asleep. So I'm like, I better get my ass up. So I was coming down here, I was thinking about what Ria G said. She's, because I do good, great relationship advice. And toxic. Last week was, maybe 2 weeks ago, was like how to spot a cheater. That's body language. Kaki's great, she's right there. Look at the body language, like, are they turned away from you? You can just really pick up on it. Texting all the time, that's a big one. A lot of people say that that's the go-to, like if they're texting constantly. Weird hours, jumping on the phone. That wasn't me. I asked about red flags. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. Red flags. What are red flags in a relationship? Well, cheating's a big one. It's about the same thing, isn't it? What else? It's different from like back in the 50s when I was growing up. 40s. It is. It's different. Hang on. Well, I just got a text. Back to my live stream here. I get to answer any of your questions about that kind of stuff. Like, is your boyfriend going to the gym a lot? That would be a dead giveaway sign. That's a big one. If he was a pig and then all of a sudden he's not a pig, right? Then that's a dead giveaway. Like worried about their appearance when they're going out, like more than they used to. What's another one? Late, always late, constantly late, always late, staying at work. That's a huge one. That is absolutely a huge one. There's something to be said for, doing your job and everything, but really, like, if you have a job where you have a base salary, right, and the person's staying way later all the time, it's a red flag because you're not getting paid for staying late. You might have to stay late, but if it's like 4 times a week and they're not coming home, that's a total red flag. Hang on here. Hang on, be right back. Whatever. Now, I was telling Ria G, and we don't know how our date went. We probably won't know until tomorrow. But I know everybody's waiting with bated breath. I know I am. I know Toxic is. We want to know. Honestly, we're waiting. And we should know because she brought it up. Now, my advice to her was, you know what guys like, right? She was talking about the hayloft. It's all a public record, so I can talk about it. I can give advice on anything, not just that. If you are looking for advice, should you quit your job? I could safely say, feel confident saying yes. Yes, quit your job, especially if you're doing like, you're working in a restaurant. Although, man, I'll tell you something. If you got a restaurant job, you're there, maybe don't quit, because if you have to get another restaurant job, that is a bitch in itself. Right? That is a, God, that's a pain in the ass. I would find myself going around filling out applications, and then you got cheated on by your ex-wife for 3 years and I never suspected a thing. Is that right, Case for Affinity? How'd you find out? Tell us, how'd you find out? You didn't suspect a thing, really? That's interesting. What if he's a millionaire and travels a lot? You think that's suspect? If his job has to do with traveling, not necessarily, but being a millionaire doesn't have anything to do with anything. Hang on. I forced her to tell me after the fact. After the divorce, she admitted it. One was for 8 months. Oh, she was a habitual cheater? Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. The advice you gave the guy last night about drinking was spot on. Well, that's because I'm a drunk. I can give advice on that too. Getting sober. What's behind me on the left? What, that? The skeleton? Or that? That's a mermaid that's not finished. Yeah, I'm good at advice on stuff that I know about. Right? So, yeah, I've been cheated on. Absolutely. And I was a drunk. Right? And I've worked in a restaurant before and it sucked, but you got the job, you better keep the job because, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to keep the job. It is, unless it's just miserable. The one thing that I would say about like the job, if you're working for somebody that isn't respectful before you quit, like, I remember this one time I was working at this place. I don't know what this guy's problem was. It was only one of the managers. Okay? And he was cool some of the time. But it was weird. Like, we're all sitting at a table. He was making eye contact with everybody but me. I was like, what the fuck is this? You know? I ended up quitting. But that's neither here nor there. Some of the people that worked there were awesome, so there wasn't a reason to quit. But like, if you have one boss and the boss says anything degrading to you, like calls you, like if I had a boss that called me Petey, I was gone. That happened once. Referred to me as Petey after he was telling me that his girlfriend she was very good looking but dumber than a rock, and I said, oh, you like dumb women? And he said, oh, Petey likes them smart. Yeah, I like smart women, Ross. That's what I said. I don't like stupid women. Clearly you do. He was bragging about how dumb she was. I was like, what? What planet is this? It's a Jimmy Duresta ice pick. He gave me this thing. This is an awesome tool. I don't use it for, ice, but man, it really works good for a lot of shit. It's real nice. See, it's got his Duresta on there. It's really great. He's got some kind of kid show now on fucking Netflix. It's charming. He's like the curmudgeon older guy. You know, I could have played it better because I'm an actual curmudgeon and don't really give a shit about kids. Yeah, I take Destiny's photos. What about it? What advice can I give you on that? I've taken photography. It was years ago. I prefer digital. I was real happy when digital cameras became a thing. And I got tired of using, I'll tell you what, I got tired of using real hot, like tungsten lights. God damn, those things would heat up and burn shit. They would. You could burn down a building with those, like, they were like 5,000 watt bulbs. You would fucking bust fucking breakers and shit. They were horrible. You had to have them for Ektachrome. It's horrible. What can I help you with? I know, listen, a lot of it is composition, so when you're taking the picture, just be aware of, like, what's in the frame. All right? That's what you want to do, just be aware of what's in the frame and how's it framed. And also, there's a basic rule of thumb with framing something. Okay? Say this is, let's see if we got a rectangle. Let me get a rectangle, something that's rectangular, so it makes sense. Say this is the photograph, okay? No one's behind me. Say this is a photograph, and you're photographing a person. If you photograph them so their head's cut off, they sort of look like a loser, right? But if you give them a little space up here, they don't look like a loser, right? It's fact. If you're framing something, right? If you're framing something, just say it's a painting, even, right? This is a basic rule of thumb, okay? And you have a border on it, right? You want the border at the top to be thinner than the border at the bottom. It's basic. Because think about it, if the border's up here like this and the border's, okay? How's Remy? Remy's fine, I just saw her, she's in the hallway. That's my advice on photography. We heard this one story. If anybody wants to tell their story about getting cheated on, we'll listen to that. If anybody wants me to verify if you're being cheated on or not, I can ask you some questions. There's Leo. Leo probably, Leo would know. Leo can verify all this shit because he was, what do you say, law enforcement? So he knows that I know about this kind of I Spy shit, right? He could do it too. See, I could have been a cop and Leo knows it. I could be working for I could be a Fed, you would never know it. This could all just be like, right? Yeah, let's take Kane and we're gonna put him in this dump in Beaver Dams. It's gonna be a dog trainer. We're gonna have him disseminate information, right? See, by me saying this, right? See what I'm saying? Reverse psychology. We'll have him disseminate information on YouTube. We'll have him say these things like, we got a problem with Russia. He can start talking shit about Putin. Could be, right? Why would a dog trainer be talking about that kind of stuff? Think about it. That's sort of like when I talk about Bigfoot. Khaki, I'll get your cage. It's not a cage, it's a pen area. Like when I talk about Bigfoot, like, sometimes I just make it sound like it's bullshit and I'm joking, right? There's a reason for that. Can you think of a reason that would be? Think about it. It's not that difficult. Don't strain yourself. One, I don't feel like I have the need to prove to, like, some things can be funny. Everyone thinks you're a dog trainer. Turns out you're training us. Yes, that could be. If my boyfriend used to be a horse but is a human now, what should I do? That doesn't make any sense. Used to be a horse. You should go talk to a doctor, I would imagine. Why don't you go talk to go talk to a doctor? Why? What do you think, it was reincarnated as a human? Why do you think he's a horse? Because he's got a donkey size? That is a fact. Cheaters are gonna cheat. Okay? Cheaters are flat out gonna cheat. Um, it's gonna happen, and they're just gonna keep doing it. I have friends that are cheaters. They've always been cheaters. They never stop. That's just how it is, and I don't know what that is, but that is a fact. It seems like sport to some people, like, and they don't really have a problem with it. Remember the song "Watch Out for the Cheetah"? No, but that is a fact. Some people, it's sport, like it's like this narcissistic thing. Like this is narcissistic thing. This is a fact. I've only known a few narcissists in my life. This is true. True narcissism is it's difficult to deal with, and there's like this almost pettiness, where it's like, I got one over on you, right? Now that could be like $1 here, $1 there, whatever. But there's always this sort of like they're making themselves feel better, like they're so smart, like they can get away with like whatever. It's true. So that can manifest itself in cheating too. Now I'm not saying all cheaters are narcissists. That isn't the case. Some cheaters are just cheaters. That's just how it is. You know. Any books you've liked so far? And what, cheating or what, relationships? What, like Leo Biscaglia? Do you want me to talk about a Leo Biscaglia book or what? Like what's that? Dale Carnegie? She's upstairs. How to Influence People, Dale Carnegie. Do you want me to talk about that? Boy, I'll tell you what, this Jimmy Dress ice pick, it's fucking awesome. Oh, hang on. Watch this. Stick it in here. Sharp as shit. This is a great tool. I've been cheated on. I should have known better. She was a stripper. Well, there you go. Okay, you were asking for it, right? You were asking for it. You're dating a stripper. You get what you pay for. Was she hot? Slick. Was she hot? Or was she a schlub stripper? Because they exist. Because there's a person for every person. Like some guys, like my friend in Brooklyn, Rob, he liked a woman with a big round ass, you know. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh yeah, look, oh man, she had a big round ass. And then some woman would be walking down the street, like, Pete, check it out. Go, yeah, I see it, Rob. You can't miss it. And he'd start laughing. Yeah, it's a fucking nice looking ass. It'd be like that shit. And I was like, this is a real skinny dude, real skinny. Her name was Baby Doll. She was Purdy. Was she really? My merchandise is probably the best in the game. Do you know how much? It won Sean Bond. I got your message. Thank you. I really do appreciate. I hope things are going okay. I appreciate it. Man. I hope you're doing all right. I hope your daughter's doing okay too, hanging in there. What was I saying? Oh, my merchandise? Yeah, it is slick, isn't it? I got, I don't know, thousands of shit. I got thousands of cases. I got shirts. I got sweatshirts. I got, you name it. I have art. I have prints. I got leggings. I got a whole storefront of leggings that are fucking awesome that for some reason, I don't know, they don't sell as often as I would think they would. They are fucking great. I made those and I was like, oh shit, they're great. It might be the price. This is Jimmy DeResta's thing. Look at how sharp it is. It just sticks in. I like this. This is a great tool. I forgot what I was using it for. It has a sheath that goes over this, and I don't know where it is. That's his whole deal. It's like he makes money off of YouTube, off of his channel, but he's got like he makes this stuff. He has people that work for him. He makes these, and then you can buy them. Like he has a fulfillment house. I will go to the doctors. Thank you. I need relationship advice? I don't. I'll give you relationship advice. In case of cheating, I kind of went with a guy in an open No, don't ever do that. He was already in an open relationship with 2 other people, and I was young and didn't know that existed. It was difficult. Yeah, I'd recommend against that. And let me let you in on something. Like, the menage a trois, okay? If you're with somebody and you like them, and like, say it's you're a guy and your girlfriend, and she's got a girlfriend, and there's some kind of thing going on, you can tell that something like that's going to happen. You like your girlfriend? Don't do it. And don't flirt with her friend. You can be friendly to her friend, but don't flirt. That's just rude. And yeah, open relationship is fucking. That's nothing more than fuck buddies, and that's a great way to get a social disease. Don't do that either. Don't do it. And if anybody tells you that they don't want love, they're lying. Everybody wants love. It doesn't matter who that they are. Everybody wants love. It's just some people can't. I'm thinking about this friend of mine that just fucking is a habitual cheater, and he would probably go the I'm a sex addict route if he got busted, for sure, because he's an addict in other ways too, drinker and everything. So, but the menage a trois, it sounds, oh great, that's great, and I don't want to talk. But I would never do anything like that with, if I was with a girlfriend, I was with somebody, no. If I was at a party and there were 2 girls there and they wanted to take me home, yeah, I might have done that. Well, what was I going to say? No. They needed a ride home. I was being friendly. That was years ago, though. That was back in when I was drinking. I'm going to blame it on booze, which did play a part in it. Because I think everybody was drunk. And I think about a roommate of mine that did that with her boss. And it was her boss and his wife. So they were doing this back and forth menage a trois thing. She's telling me about it. They were at a party together, and the next thing you know, they were going home. Well, the wife left the dude, and then my roommate ended up marrying him and having a baby with him. It seemed fucked up when she was doing it. I was like, why are you doing that, man? I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking. I saw her later. I think she was looking for a place because she had divorced the guy. The guy had moved back to Israel or something. Like, they all moved to Israel for a while, and then she moved back to the United States. I've never cheated. I've slept with a lot of cheaters, though. That'd be more my history. I did once. But it was like, God, it was like 3 months of like no sex, and there was just like, yes, I am very wise, thank you. It was like, and I suspect that shit was going on with her. I didn't know 100%, but I didn't actually sleep with someone. I made out with somebody, but that's still betrayal, and I didn't feel good about it. And then the girl proceeded to call me and want me to come out and meet her. This was in Brooklyn, and I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But I didn't sleep with her, right? I never slept with her, but I did it. I just felt like I was real bummed out, and the person that I was with wasn't giving me any attention. No, I've never been married, and it ended up the person I'm talking about cheated with a friend of mine. So there was always something sort of going on. So I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but I didn't do anything right either. And I don't really see too much of a difference between me making out with the woman or fucking her. I mean, it was betrayal, and I felt terrible about it. I felt guilt. That's what it is. Like, the people that I know that cheat, they don't feel guilt. They don't. I'm thinking about this one dude, man, he doesn't feel guilt at all. And I don't know what that is. How can you not feel guilt for doing something like that? What animal's with me? That's khaki. That's a duck. Your fault, but if you still feel guilt, they don't. Yeah. And here's some advice for you. Let's just say you're with somebody, you're married, and you love the woman, right? You love the woman. And something happens. I don't know what happens in your life, but you cheated on this woman, right? And it happened one time. How it happened, I don't know. I don't know. This is all hypothetical. It's all hypothetical. But you feel guilt. Do you tell your wife what happened? No, you do not. And do you know why? It's because if you're never going to do it again, do not tell her. Because by you telling her, you're just going to make her feel bad. You take that to your grave and know that you were an asshole and never do it again. That's how you should function. You should function by, like, trying not to hurt people in your life. You know, and if you have, don't make it worse. You know, by you telling your wife that you cheated, and remember, you're never going to do it again, and you felt horrible about it. Don't ever do it again, and take it to your grave, because there's no reason to hurt the person. That's a lot of what that is. It's like the person that wants to tell the person, like, you know, they want to feel better about themselves. You know, they want to feel like, oh, I did something, I told you I was honest with you, or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you, say you're in a relationship, no, you're not in a relationship, you have a friend, and say if there's you know some people, and you know that your friend cheated on his wife or her husband or whatever, you know one of the parties cheated, right? You don't tell your friend. You stay out of it and keep your big mouth shut. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. Don't get involved. You know what will happen if you get involved? Lose your friend. Just wait. Let your friend figure it out. Don't admit that you've seen anything. If you suspect anything, don't say, well, it sounds like. Just sort of listen to your friend, and that's it. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Don't try and say, yeah, he's cheating or whatever, or she's cheating. Don't do that. Just listen to them. Let them make their own decision and support them. But that would suck. That would be a very uncomfortable situation if you were out and you saw your friend's wife with somebody and it looked like, what would be best is to assume the best, not the worst, and just don't say anything. Because I saw Kathy with this guy. Don't say a fucking word. It could be her brother. It could be her cousin. It could be, don't say a fucking word. Just stay out of it, and let them work it out. I mean, it's better to keep your big mouth shut. That's fucking high school wanting to fucking get involved. Can you cheat on Dog Man? That's like a werewolf, dude. I would only say something to my best friend. We were friends when we were 9 and 35 now. I wouldn't. I would try and keep my mouth shut. I would not say anything. You know, I'd be disappointed in his partner, and it'd be difficult dealing with the wife or husband that you knew cheated. Because I'd be like, God, how am I going to deal with them? Hey, how you doing? I'm okay. Oh, listen, if they saw you, that would be a problem too. Especially if they were cheating. Just play dumb, and maybe they'll play dumb too. Don't say a fucking word. And if they come up to you and say when the husband's aware, the wife's away, and say something like, "Hey, listen, I just wanted to say something. Just say, I don't want to hear about it. I don't need to hear about it. Shh, I don't want to hear about it. Okay, let's move on." Just walk away. You would want your friend to tell you, yeah, well, you would want that, but that wouldn't be the best situation for your friend. So your friend should keep their mouth shut. All right? Are Sasquatch monogamous? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are like a swan. That's right. Unlike a human, or a lot of humans are not. We're sort of more like bonobo chimps, right? We are more like bonobos. I love this thing. This is a great tool. I think he felt obligated to give. I gave him some pawpaw trees. They already had some, but they weren't. Taylor said that they weren't getting fruit on them or something. I don't know. Gorillas have multiple partners. Well, of course they do. They're gorillas. Dogs don't give a damn. Pigeons have one partner. Not all birds have one partner. You know, I turned the heat up downstairs. It's real hot in here too. I woke up this morning. It was fucking cold as shit. It was cold as shit. What else? Come on, man. I'm here for you all. I'm here to give you a relationship advice. What are some other signs of the cheater? Body language for sure. Body language for sure. Are they cold to you? You know, are they cold to you? That phone, that's a classic. So if they're texting all the time and shit, that is classic. They put the phone face down. That's not necessarily true. I'll do that. I heard that. But I'll do that because, listen, on the iPhone, you know, the screen, you put that down because it's protected. The lenses, those will get fucked up, and those are more important so that you can zoom in and shit. So that's not necessarily true. I've heard that before, and I think I know why you say that is because they take extra showers. That's right. Because if you get a message in, it might say who it's from or something. Is that it? If they were cheating, wouldn't they just make it so that they don't get messages at all? Like, when they do that? I heard that. Somebody else said that. They put the phone face down. What if they don't want to fuck up their lenses? I don't know. That's just me. In case the name pops up. Alright, I guess that makes sense. Oh, okay, I see your point. Okay, So if they were texting all the time, right? If they were texting all the time, and the name kept popping up, you would be highly suspicious. Like if it was like your wife and Dave kept calling or something. But if it was, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if people put whatever names in the phone. It could be plumber, but the plumber keeps calling or something. I think it has. I think it has more to do with like, um, you know, are you guys in the kitchen and then like the person's texting and then they get another text, right? And then they get another text. They keep texting like that. I think it's more about that. That's it. That's it. They're texting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And is it like late night texting? Shit like that. But they could be using an app too, so it wouldn't necessarily be texting. It could be whatever. Facebook, Instagram, any of that shit. I think you should answer the dog man question. What about the dog man? They hang out in the bathroom. Yeah, I've heard that too. They hang out in the bathroom so that they can do the texting. Right, I know that. Real long stints in the bathroom. I've heard that before. Yep. So that it doesn't look right. So that they can do whatever. Yeah, that's right. They hang out in the bathroom. That's perceptive. Or in closets. Who would be hanging out in a closet? You just go in the bathroom. The door's closed. They take their phone with them. They're just doing whatever. That is correct. That's right. That's good. That's good observation. Did that happen to you, Slick? The bathroom? How do you get out of the shitty date? You don't. You just mumble through the date. And don't worry about it. That's what my ex did. Closets. They always seem like they're sleeping to avoid the partner. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's very. You're very perceptive. I meant to. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Right. So you come in and they're always asleep. They're never awake because they don't really want to deal with you because they're certainly not going to have sex with you because they're interested in somebody else. That's right. Good job, Slick. Oh yeah, I've had a few cheaters. I used to date strippers. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, sure. So the stripper's talking to some other guy and she didn't want to do it in front of you, so she just goes in the bathroom all the time and stays in there for real long periods, right? Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely, absolutely. What else, Slick? Slick's got some real good observations that are true. That's boy, you did date some strippers, didn't you? Yeah, it's all real obvious stuff. It is. Body language is a dead giveaway too. That's body language is the bed thing. I would count that in on the bed thing. That's body language. You come in and the person's asleep with their back to you. Right? That would be body language. Right. Or even if they have the phone, Slick, maybe you can verify this. If they have the phone and their body's turned so that you can't see the screen, do you know what I'm saying? That might be body language too, and phone. That's similar to spending time in the bathroom, because they don't really want you to know who they're talking to. Right. You're a lady. What do you want to know about Dog Man? Boy, Slick, you didn't learn your lesson with one stripper? I guess nobody learns their lesson, do they? It's your type, right? Oh, Pickens, you're happily married too? Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I am. I'm very happy for you. That's great. That's great to hear. It's real good. It's very, very, very good. We're happy for Miss Pickens, aren't we? I was younger then. All right. Yeah, we all made mistakes. I think picking a good partner is most important. Don't ignore red flags. Oh, well, what do you mean? Like people will flat out just tell you who they are. You know, like, whatever, like, you know, like, what is that? Maya Angelou's comment, believe somebody when they tell you the first time or something. I don't know. I don't know about that. You know, what are red flags? That's what Toxic was asking me. I don't know. What are red flags? Are they generous? I read something years ago in a Playboy that said that generous people are generous in bed. Selfish people are selfish in bed. They come home wearing different clothes than when they left. Okay, yeah. Here's another one, and I saw this on. I saw Don Draper do this, and what he did was he had just made out with this woman in the car, and he came home to Sally Draper, whatever her name is, Betsy Draper. Sally was the daughter, and he went right over to the sink and started washing his hands and his face. Get the smell of sex off him. And that time, this is true, that time that I made out with that girl, and I came home, I went right to take a shower. It's true, I did. Tried for 29 years and fell hard to this, still hurting bad, thanks again. My cousin spilled gasoline on himself for a shower pad. Really? That's sort of genius. Right. Just put a little gasoline on you? Wow. Now you're helping the cheater, but wow. See, that guy sounds like he's a pro. He's a fucking pro. Yeah, I had to siphon gas again today. I had to siphon gas again today. It's just a coincidence. Yeah, I was at the pump and I spilled gas on me again. I don't know how I keep doing that. It's like 3 times a week, the idiot's spilling gas on himself. Wow. Wow, Slick, you have got some fucking stories and some insights about this that, jeez, that is unbelievable. So we got rid of you. When I hear friends tell me their partner wants them to get down to a certain size, it immediately sets off alarms in my head. What? Like to lose weight? Your partner should never be telling you to lose weight. Is that what you're talking about? They should never be saying that. No. My cousin is a ladies' man. He told his girlfriend one day to put her clothes on and handed her another woman's clothes. Ooh. That sounds like my friend. Like, he called me. This is a true story. He called me. And this is back in the day when, like, there were these newspapers in New York that, like, you could, like, they don't need it anymore, but it's like these throwaway newspapers in the back of them, and they had escorts in them. He said, do you have a blah, blah, blah paper? I don't know what it was. I said, I don't know. Maybe there's one in the hallway. He goes, go get it. So I go get it. He goes, yeah, what do you want in here? He goes, man, find me an escort. I don't have one around. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, man, I want an escort. Okay, here's some numbers. What do you want? What are you looking for? No shit. I think he called an Asian escort, as I remember. And it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I said, you're gonna do this, right? Doesn't so-and-so, his girlfriend that he'd been with forever, come home from work? She won't be home until 6. Okay? So it's 2 o'clock. It's gonna take at least an hour to get there. That's 3, right? he rented her for an hour. That's 4. I'm like, are you crazy? That was part of it, I think, with this guy. Like, it was like exciting. He might get caught or something. I had a friend break up with this girl, and he found her on Craigslist as a dominatrix. It's hilarious. I've known many dominatrix, right? I live with 2. They do not have sex. They don't have sex. It's the sex industry, but they don't have sex. I even like know one recently that is nice. That was her profession for a while. She was telling me about it. I was like, she's very open about it. I thought it was sort of interesting. She seems normal enough. I don't really have a problem with it, you know. It sounded like she needed money. She didn't want to be a prostitute. So, would it affect you doing that job? Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not suggesting that anybody does it. Okay. It'd fuck you up. You know, go in the corner and jerk it, like whatever they do, like that would mess you up. That would totally mess you up. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Try and do something else. You might get good money, but money isn't everything. Maybe try and be a waitress. I don't know. I've known several people that have done it. It's just not. It's not good. Nobody's going to look back on that 20 years from when they were doing it fondly. They may talk about it openly, but they're just like, it's just one of those things that I did. They're usually talking about it to get it off their chest. They seem like a person that people tell shit to. I don't know why that is. I'm like talking to somebody and they're telling me stuff like that, personal shit. Why would anyone waste time with someone who they think is cheating on them? Well, I think the ego gets involved, right? I think the ego gets involved, so people, right? I think some people are naturally jealous. I think that could be too. Some people aren't jealous. Some people are more jealous. I think that's a spectrum. Everybody sort of could be jealous. It's like, you know, you fall somewhere in here. Oh, but there's no trust. Yeah, without trust is a real problem. Like, without trust, yeah, it's a problem. Right, I agree. Look at that. That thing sticks like it's a fucking... It's awesome. I get people come up with me and think I'm a drug dealer because I look white and I have no... Convince them I don't sell at the convenience store. I don't even know what that means. Informer? You're talking stories, dude. Yeah, I don't believe you. Nobody thinks you're a drug dealer, do they? Because you're like in 8th grade? You are. You're like fucking 8th grade. You're an 8th grader that has watched too many movies. What do toxics say? Actually, I do all I want to hear an embarrassing story from when I was in 5th grade. Oh yeah, of course we want to hear your embarrassing story. Yes, toxic, of course we do. Yep. Yeah, we'll hear your embarrassing stories if you want. Come on, toxic. It's hot in here. It's real fucking hot. I got in trouble and hey, where's PL? Toxic, where's PL? I got in trouble in Latin class once because I refused to study with the guy I liked. The teacher yelled, "Do you want a yellow slip?" So I ended up studying anyways. I don't know if I understand. She's sleeping. Toxic sleep. Oh, PL sleeping. What is she, getting old? What's the matter with PL? Foxy tiring her out. Yellow slip means, do you want detention at a private school? Oh, so you were taking Latin. My brother took Latin. That's a dead language. Why were you taking Latin? Who takes Latin unless you're going to be a pharmacist or a doctor? I don't really understand why anybody would take Latin. I mean, I understand a lot of languages. That's all the Spanish is, Italian. I get it. I get it, but it just doesn't really make any sense. I can't believe you took Latin. My God, what kind of school were you going to, Toxic? Seriously. It was required. There was a benefit of taking shit about someone in public without anyone knowing what they... Oh, I see. Right. That is like Christian commentary. Yeah, if you wanted to be a priest, that'd be a good reason to take Latin, right? I mean, who speaks that? I'd I can't speak anything, Toxic. So, you're right, I can speak English. If I'm in Brooklyn, I can sort of communicate to somebody that's Spanish. Sort of. Not well. If I have to. And there were many times I had to. This thing is awesome. This ice pick, Jimmy dressed as ice pick. Like, I bet I could learn to throw this. I can order food into really? How did you learn that, man? And Italian? Really? That's crazy. What, me? German? I know. Oh, so your parents were speaking that. I like Filipino food a lot. There was also a time in my childhood, a friend would ask who I liked on the playground, and I said to her, "You, of course," didn't realizing a moment later what she meant. Oh, Toxic. PL, that she would have probably tried to kiss you, Toxic. So, Toxic, PL, your buddy. Should go both ways. That's what she tells us. This is such an awesome tool. Nobody uses ice picks anymore. But not me, though. I broke the curse. You live in Austria. We know that. The handle? Not really, no. It's awesome, though. I don't know where the the sheath is to it. Misplaced it. I was using it for something. Hopefully I'll find the sheath again. I think it's over there. Have you seen the countertop ice machines? No. The little tiny ice machines, what do they run, about 300? I mean, the Cuisinart ice cream maker that we got is like that. It could make ice for sure. Makes ice cream, so I didn't know that they were making a tabletop ice cube maker. Really? That's sort of nice. I like that idea. Although I don't, when I was younger, I used to always drink drinks with ice in them. And now I just don't. It's strange. Hospitalized. No shit. Interesting. What are they gonna think up next? Seriously, what are they gonna think up next? Yeah, you can ask me about my drinking days. What do you want to know? I drink a lot. I was a beer drinker. That was my favorite booze. Sex ed in private schools in the Southwest is weird. They tell you what happened to women and to abstain. That's it. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, what do you want to know? I got drunk every day. I was sick of it. I was so sick of it. For years, I was like, oh my God, I gotta quit. Yeah, but I'm in Virginia, and that's true. They pretty much don't teach it. You gotta learn it where I learned it, and that's in the streets. I remember in 5th or 6th grade, they had sex ed. Did anyone try and tell you that you might have... Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Girlfriend? You're killing yourself. Stuff like that. That just made me drink more. You know? You can't tell me what to do. You drink. Yeah, but I don't drink nearly as much as you. I've seen you drunk before. You're killing yourself. You understand that? Get all defensive and shit. Yeah, that's common. That's common. You can't be around somebody that's like heavily doing shit and not, they're gonna make a comment at some point, you know. That's usually how the person responds. So what should a mom do that might be worried about her son? Oh, okay. Look, there's nothing, they're not gonna quit unless they hit rock bottom, okay? You can push them into rock bottom. If you're gonna do it with a bunch of other people, you know, sit them down. It's probably gonna get pissed off at you. Have you ever brought it up to your son? Have you ever said anything to him? You can't wean yourself off of booze. You gotta quit. You've talked to him? Then maybe you shouldn't talk about it anymore. Does he live at home? How old is he? How old's the kid? I mean, he gets pissed and shuts me off. Then don't say a thing, and don't deal with it. He probably drinks all the time. Don't deal with him when he's drunk. He doesn't live at home, right? He's 33, doesn't live at home, right? Does he have a kid? Tell me he doesn't have a kid. That would be better. Is he single? He doesn't live at home. That's good. And he doesn't have a kid, right? There ain't No, that's great. Okay, so he's just fucking himself up. He's single. There's nothing that you can do. Maybe he'll, you know, God forbid, get a DWI or something and not hurt anybody. You know, does he have enough common sense not to drink and drive? Listen, he shuts you off. That's a common response from a drunk, right? Yes. And I don't help with money. Good. Okay. Um, there's not much you can do. You could give him shit about it, but he is gonna turn away from you for sure. That's what we do. You know, don't fuck off. You know, fuck off. I'll do what I want. Worry about yourself. Um, but that's probably not gonna be enough to make him quit. He's only gonna quit when he hits rock bottom. And I'll tell you something else. I have friends my age that are still having trouble with it. Some people just cannot fucking quit, it seems. They do it until they die. That's just a fact. That's unfortunate. I don't know. You know, you could take the approach, Susan, of like take him out and say, look, I don't care if you ever talk to me again. I'm just gonna tell you, flat out, the way you're going, you're gonna kill yourself. You need to seriously think about what you're doing to your body. Don't you feel like shit when you wake up? Don't you feel like you know, the embarrassing shit you said? Because we all feel that. And I'll probably get pissed off and not talk to you, but maybe that'll just be one more cog to get him to hit rock bottom. Turn your back on him. You'd be doing him a favor. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's bad, well, he's an alcoholic. You'd be doing him a favor, turning your back on him. How is he when he's drunk? He isn't a violent drunk, is he? See, that was my friend. I wasn't a violent drunk. I was an obnoxious drunk. I thought it was funny. Imagine me drunk, right? Does he get in trouble when he drinks? He's got to have money problems. Alcohol's terrible for that. It's terrible. Yeah, don't give him money. What's he do for a job, Susan? The last job, well, no. Yeah, the last job I was sort of doing was I was a bartender. Put the alcoholic around the booze. It's a bartender. Yeah, that's what I was doing. You know, it's a perfect job until the management gets sick of it. You know, he probably works someplace that's cool to have some drinks and shit. Yeah. I love that bartending job just because of that. I'd go in there, like, have a beer, you know, get rid of the shakes and shit. I just always had a beer going. I wouldn't get totally ripped. Maybe if it was, I was working like a late night one, like it was about 12, we all might start drinking heavy. It's just such a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that, Susan. It's a bummer, man. I don't miss it, I'll tell you that. There's nothing worse than being sucked into some kind of chemical. I think he will be arrested for fighting one of these days. Told him don't call me when it happens. Oh, so he'll get in fights when he's drunk. That's not good. That's real bad. See, I wouldn't fight when I was drunk. There's no way. The angry drunk is the worst. That's my friend. God, what happened to him? I love the guy, but man, last time I talked to him, I'm like, dude, why are you talking to me like that? You know, he just was saying the shit. Like, I was just like, man, I'm trying to do you a favor. You talking to me like that? I don't know. It's a bummer, man. And the thing about alcohol is that, like, the longer you do it, the more it screws up your head. It causes problems. It causes, like, you know, cognitive problems. So it's not good. It's like smoking a lot of weed. It makes you sort of, like, apathetic. Yeah, I don't have to do anything, you know? Alcohol does other shit. All the drugs, like, if you do them in excess, it'll, you know, just, you know, it's all cliche shit. You know, it's all cliche shit. Like, if you talk about the cliche drunks, you know, like the stoners, like, you know, they're mellow. They don't want to do shit. You know, I guess you could be thankful that he's not a heroin addict. You know, God, I never tried that shit. Thank God. But I mean, it's like, your guard's down when you're drinking like that, so you don't know what you're gonna do. How old were you when you quit? I don't know, it was like 26 years ago. It was a long time, man. I was done with it, I'll tell you that. Man, we would be 15. I started drinking at about 15 and a half. I started drinking, and man, it was real heavy. And then when I was in the Navy, it was real heavy. And then when I was in art school, super heavy. And then out of art school, living in Kansas City, I was cab driving then. What I'd do is I'd go drive a cab, make some money, and be enough money for beer for the week. And then I'd drive a cab again. It was, like I was all sucked into it. The thing about the booze is like you get like, you can't do anything without it. Like, everything centers around getting booze. Oh, we're going camping. Okay, well, we got to get beer. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everything revolves around, you know, it's not going to be fun unless we have booze. Like, it's this big lie. And you get it going in your head like, well, it's not going to be fun unless I'm wasted. It's fucked up, man. That shit sucks. Being able to quit that. If you can quit that, you can quit anything. It's a fucking, staying away from it. I don't want to drink. I'm sober for 26, 27 years. I don't want to do it. I'd be around it. Whenever I'm around it, people just seem stupid. I don't want to do that crap. I have no desire. There's that one time that I think about drinking fondly. I just think that I was a fucking asshole. I was a bad dog owner, too. I know that. You just say, fuck it, I'll get home whenever. You know? I was a bad dog owner. I was. Drunks are terrible dog owners. You're not gonna tell me anything different. You know, you can't be a fucking dog owner and be a wasteoid. You can't have fun without drinking. Yep, that's it. It sucks. Does he date anyone? Does he date another drunk? There's nothing like two drunks dating. Sort of like a cat on a hot tin roof. Brick, and what was the chick's name? It was Brick, and God, I can't remember. Sometimes, but not good relationships. Well, I believe that. What was Brick's wife's name? He was the football player with the broken arm. And then Elizabeth Taylor. What was her character's name? How's my crow? Sammy has a name. It was Brick and Big Daddy and Big Mama or something. Can't remember what Brick's wife's name was. Paul Newman played Brick in the movie. I think it was Liz Taylor. Maybe I'm wrong. Nobody's gonna tell me? I don't even know why I remember Brick's name. Who's that? Tennessee Williams wrote that play? I think. Oh, yeah, that feels great. I told my friends if they take me to a bar or club, I won't drink, but I'll chaperone for them. I don't really know if it's any help. They have a thing called Al-Anon, and Al-Anon is for the people that are around the drunks. Maybe you want to check into that and go talk to some people there, because you're talking to somebody that was a drunk. Maybe if you talk to somebody that like had experience dealing with drunks, you know what I'm saying, might help to get a perspective on that. And you know what, Susan, I'm being serious with this. Like, maybe you better. You know he's got a problem. Can I ask you a personal question? No, nobody really knows who you are, right? Does he have insurance, or do you have money? Like, do you have money that you could get him in rehab, or is that like he would have to pay for that himself? You're not like rich or something, right? So if you're rich, if you have money, you could get somebody over there and do an intervention, and it might not stick, and he might not go in, but it might be another cog to get him to quit drinking. And even if you get him in to rehab, I didn't go to rehab. There was no money. It was, I gotta quit or I'm gonna die. So, which isn't safe. You know, you're not supposed to cold turkey it on booze. It can kill you. But if you get somebody over there and you can get them in rehab, even if it doesn't stick the first time, they can learn something, and then maybe the second time it'll stick. Even if they do it 3 times, each time you're gonna learn something. So, even if you could get somebody to even just like do an intervention with him, right, might piss him off enough to just be another cog in the wheel and make the guy think. I mean, oh, you have offered. You have said, that, yeah, I'll pay for your rehab. You've offered. Well, that's very nice of you. That shows that you care. It's a lot of money. It is. It's a lot of money to get somebody in rehab. You're looking at thousands of dollars. He won't talk to me for months. Well, that'd be about right. That sucks. I'm sorry. Susan, just know that you're doing the right thing, you know? I mean, you love your son. You want the best for him. You know that he's got a problem. It fools the brain. That's the problem, is it just fucks you up to where you know, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. He drinks in the morning and shit. Do you ever see him like 10 o'clock in the morning? You know he's an alcoholic. Sucks. Yes, in the USA you have to pay for rehab. He drinks at night. He doesn't drink during the day? I'm shocked. Went to service, drank, smoked, did drugs, coke, heroin, hash, speed. Got out, nothing stuck. I was smart. If I liked something too much, it was one and done. It's really wise. I'm glad I never did heroin. That would have been a bummer. And blow, I never liked it. I never liked it. You know, blow is weird because you would do it and you'd like it when you were doing it, and then you'd be like, It's stupid, you know. He lives far from me, and I've gotten the calls at night. Oh, where he's ripped? You just tell he's ripped. I see. So you don't really know. You don't know his drinking habits. He could be drinking in the morning too, probably. Just telling you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He's calling you, and you know he's ripped. So I'm sure he does. Yeah, he could be. Sure. It's noon. It's noon. I'm having a beer with lunch, and then it starts. Yeah, that sucks. Does he live in a big city where he doesn't have to drive? He's a totally different. That's right. Totally different person. You betcha. You betcha. It's like night and day. I lived with this woman. She was a drinker. Man, I was like trying to make sure she ate and stuff. She wouldn't eat. She just drank. You know, it suppresses your appetite. So she'd have a glass of wine. She always said this bullshit, like, wine's good for you. Well, not when you weigh 98 pounds and you're drinking a bottle. So she'd have a glass, and she looked totally different, acted totally different. I could tell. She's a 98-pound woman. She'd drink a glass of wine, and she looked like totally different. Like this, acted different, everything. Just terrible. To the woman, she's probably still drinking. She's about my age. Who looks healthy? Not her. Shut up, idiot. Destiny's not a drunk, you idiot. Get out of here. Is that what you were trying to say? Destiny's not a drunk, stupid. Get out of here. Stupid people. Jesus Christ. I lived with a woman. I lived with Destiny, idiot. I'm talking about her. This is years ago. 58 years old. I bet she's still drinking wine too. Destiny's not 98 pounds. She's slight. You're an idiot. See how stupid people are? It's horrible. It was fucking horrible. But see, the drinker that would drink the wine, she had a business. She'd get up and go to work. But she didn't really have to work. She had to order stuff and make sure the employees showed up. But she had this weird thing. Like, I remember one day, for some reason, there was wine or something. And she said, I'd really like a glass of wine. I said, well, why don't you have one? This was before I knew. And she said, well, it's only like 5. I can't drink until 6. Why can't you drink until 6? Like, she had this thing. So after 6, she could drink. Like, that meant she wasn't an alcoholic. She was clearly an alcoholic. She drank every night. Every night she drank wine. Every fucking night. If she had a business, she, doesn't matter. $25 bottle of wine. It was, I guess she's okay. I haven't talked to her in a while. But she, I don't know. You couldn't tell her anything, I'll tell you that. But there were other problems with her too. Like, she had an addictive personality, clearly. She would like tobacco, but she wasn't smoking. Instead of smoking, she would chew. She would chew gum, nicotine gum. And then it was the patch. And then she'd take the patch off and chew gum and put the patch back on and shit like that. So it was like this whole, like, I just, dealing with her was just like a nightmare. It was a fucking nightmare. It was like one fucking drink, and she looked totally different. Totally fucking different. Her poor heart. I thought that too. And it is a woman that really, really slim. You know, well, she's a small woman. I'm not gonna say she's not. I don't know if she's underweight. I don't know, but she wasn't eating, and she's doing the nicotine, and you know, the number one problem that women have, like, is it's heart disease, which everybody thinks is men that have heart attacks. Women, that's the number one cause of death, I believe, is heart disease in women. It's tobacco, nicotine, that ain't good for you. And the other thing is, like, her fucking rationale of, like, red wine's good for you. Well, you know, that's like if you're having like a little bit. And women, supposedly, like, the enzymes in the women's stomach don't process alcohol the same as men. So it takes a lot less. So she's drinking a whole bottle of red wine. That's a small woman, 98 pounds, you know? It's fucked up. It was fucked up. Worried about her image, too. Oh, I can't drink because it's not after sex, you know? And with that said, she would tell me stories that, you know, she clearly had an issue. I don't know. Nice job, Buck. I don't think we ate anything for dinner. Speaking of not eating dinner, I had some summer sausage. This thing had something. We ate earlier, though. Interesting you would say that. I have it latched, and I'm going to do it tomorrow, but I have it all figured out. So instead of it, here's the door, and the bungee going this way, what I'm going to do is go from the top of the door. The bungee's going to hook on here, so when it opens up, it's hooked out to here on the like, there's like rafters coming down. Be tight as shit. You won't be able to pull it open. Tomorrow it's fixed. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I can fix that. I'll just change the configuration. You know. Alcohol's so stupid. I bet you anything that woman's still drinking. Seriously. I bet she looks horrible too. Starts taking its toll, man. You can't just keep ingesting something like that and it not. You know. She's my age. You know. She was starting to. I'm not drinking. Yeah. Yes, coffee every morning. She drank a lot of coffee, and that shit'll fuck your stomach up. Yes, that's another thing that she had. Every morning, you know, she'd have coffee. Sort of like this, like, real kind of energetic person, right? Like in a constant state of mania. Interesting. Talented. She had a degree in something from an Ivy League school, but she could make art, man. I was like, one day, she's like making these little paintings, and we're like, wow, talented. Sense of style. She had a sense of style. I was with her, so I prefer a woman with a sense of style. You know, she clearly has it. You know, they just have to have, like, some type of look. Hers was a little crazy. Not hers. Thinking about that one person. It's just, I don't know. There's people that can be functioning alcoholics, like as she sort of is, which isn't a good thing. you know, she waits to drink till 6 o'clock and goes up, you know, it's functioning. It's not good for you. Anyway. I gotta do Kaki's cage. Kak, hey, you got an egg? Give me this egg, baby. How you doing, Kak? That's a nice egg, Kak. Where's my raven? His name is Sam. Maybe I could just get Kaki. I could do the cage tomorrow. I'll get you some fresh water, though. You want me to do that, baby? I was gonna do Sam's room, and I didn't. All right, I'll see you. I'll see you. Why is my raven named Sam? I don't know. Anyway, I'll see y'all. I gotta do this. Susan, good luck. I don't know what to tell you. I wish I had some better advice for you. It's gut wrenching. Like the story that I'm talking about. This person, this woman that I live with. It was gut wrenching. Every day, like you worry about the person, like you know you're killing yourself, and you know you really can't say anything because, you know, I don't know. It's rough. At least you don't have to see him on a daily basis because that's real tough. That's real tough. Knowing that it's not going to change, you know. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Slick, for the stories. Those are great. Stay away from strippers. I'll see y'all. I got to do Kaki. Bye.